Hello friends, you are watching This is Awesome Videos, and today we are going to solve some past year JEE problems. Okay, so today we are going to solve some AEE problems of paper 2004. Okay, so let's get started. This is the first one. This is from the complex number chapter, and what they say, if z is equal to x minus iota y, we have z raised to 1 by 3 is equals to p plus iota q, then value of this thing is equals to what? Now see, we have to find the relationship between x by p plus y by q. That means we have to find out the relationship between x, p, y and q. So here we have z raised to 1 by 3 is equal to p plus iota q. So what I have to do, I take cube both the sides, so I have z is equal to p plus iota q. Now I use the formula a plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. So if I use that formula, I have p cube here. Okay, I have p cube here. Then I have iota cube plus q cube here. Iota cube is equal to minus iota. You all know that because it is iota square into iota, so it is minus iota. I have minus iota cube here. Then I have 3pq into p plus q, 3pq into iota. Okay, so then I have, if I simplify this, and then I have p minus 3pq square minus iota q 3p square. So what I do, ultimately I do one thing, I do the separation of the real part and the imaginary part. This whole thing is the real part, and this whole thing is the imaginary part. Okay, you understand that this is the real part and this is the imaginary part. So you can do that easily. Now here z is equal to, we all know that value of z, we know that it is x minus iota y. So now what I do, I just compare both the sides. X is equal to the real part is equal to this, so x by p becomes, x is equal to this is equals to what? This is equals to x. So x by p is equal to p square minus 3q square. I have x by p value, and this whole thing is y, because I have to compare with x minus iota y. Minus is there, iota is there, so y is equal to q into q square minus 3p square. So y by q is equal to q square minus 3p square. Okay, so now I add them up. So if I add them up, I have p square minus 3p square, that is minus 2p square, and here I have minus 2q square. So minus 2 gets common, so minus 2 into p square plus q square, and this p square plus q square gets cancel out, and I left with minus 2. So minus 2 is my right option. Answer option number 2 is my right option, minus 2. Okay, so very easy question. Let's see one more. This is a very good question of quadratic equation. What they say, we have two numbers, arithmetic mean of the numbers is 9 and geometrical mean is 4. Then these numbers are the root of the quadratic equation. So we have to find out the roots, quadratic equation whose roots have arithmetic mean 9 and geometric mean 4. If I take the roots, say a and b, if I take roots say a and b, then what is arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean is a plus b by 2. So a plus b by 2 is equal to 9. That means a plus b is equal to 18. What is geometrical mean? Geometrical mean is square root of ab. So square root of ab is equal to 4. So ab is equal to 16. Square both sides. Squaring both the side. So a plus b is equal to 18. Square root of ab is equal to 4. That means ab is equal to 16. So now we have the summation of the roots and multiplication of the roots. Now we know that if we know the summation and the multiplication, then what is the equation? Then equation is x square. Okay, then equation is I taught this in the topic lecture. Equation is x square minus summation that is b by a. You can say it like a b by a, or you can say it's summation of the roots b by a into x, okay, plus c by a. That means multiplication of the roots. We all know that this is the basic equation when we know the summation and the multiplication of the roots, and this whole thing equals to what? This whole thing equals to 0. This is the equation when we know the summation and multiplication. Now just put summation is 18 and and multiplication of the roots, that is 16. So x square minus 18x plus 16 is equal to 0. A simple thing. Okay, not need to solve a and b. Some student, what some student do, they find a and b and then they find the equation, but you don't need to do that if you know this formula. Those students who don't know the formula sorry, please watch the topic lectures and try to solve by this formula. Okay, so let's move forward to the next question. There is also from quadratic equation. See how important quadratic equation is. It is a very important chapter, so please solve problems on that. If 1 minus p is the root of quadratic equation, x square plus px plus 1 minus p is equal to 0, then its roots are. Now see this very important sum. This 1 minus p is the root of this equation. If suppose any value is the root of this equation, any equation, then it must satisfy that equation. So 1 minus p, x is equal to 1 minus p, it must have to satisfy the equation. So what I do, I just put x is equal to 1 minus p everywhere. So I just do that. Since 1 minus p is the root of the quadratic equation, it must have to satisfy this equation. So what I do, I just put 1 minus p in this equation. So it becomes 1 minus p square plus p into 1 minus p plus 1 minus p is equal to 0. 1 minus p gets common out for all the three terms. So we left with 1 minus p here plus p here and it's 1 here. And now this p and this p is cancelled out. So I have 1 plus 1, that is 2. 2 into 1 minus p is equal to 0. That means p is equal to 1. I have one value. P is equal to 1. P equals to 1. I have this value. Now what I have to find out? I have to find out the two roots. Now I already know that 1 minus p is the one root and p is equal to 1. So what is one root? One root is 0. I know that. If I put 1 here, then I already know that one root is compulsory 0. Now I have to find out the second root. So I have the formula for that. I know the summation of the formula. Summation of two roots is b minus b by a. That means minus p by 1. That is minus p. I know this. P is equal to 1. I find it out. And I know that sum of the root, that is alpha plus beta, is equal to minus b by a. And multiplication is c by a. From this equation, c by a, that means 1 minus p. And I know that 1 minus p is equal to 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay. So, and I already know that one root is what? Tell me, one root is 0. So if I alpha is equal to 0, then beta is equal to minus p. And what is the value of p? P is 1. So beta is equal to minus 1. Or alpha is equal to minus 1. I take beta is equal to 0. So I have two roots ultimately, that is 0 and minus 1. A very good question, intelligent question. Okay. So this is also a good question from AEEE of quadratic equation. Keep watching, keep solving, and if you have any doubt, ask me in comments. I am going to solve that question and post a video on that. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share it and hit that subscribe button. Thank you.